Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Welcome to our new Twitch audience. If you're out there, or if you use Twitch, or if you prefer that platform, KVJ's After the Show podcast only is on Twitch. Go and check it out. Follow along. All that good stuff.
All that shit.
That's right. Got some emails going to get to here today on the show. Big debate. One story from the Whacked Out News was how they found dinosaur tracks in Texas at what is called a dinosaur park. And here's a photo of the said tracks that they had on today. And it says, massive dinosaur footprints exposed after drought in Texas. They say the prints mostly left by a creature that stood 15 feet tall, weighed 7 tons, and roamed the area 113 million years ago. This is in the Paluxy River.
That's awesome. You know me, man. I love dinosaur stuff. I love it.
And I'm gullible as the day is long.
You motherfucker, you don't even know you have no idea how dinosaurs even work. You don't
Whatever. It's a marketing ploy.
They named that area because it's known area for dinosaurs back in the...
How convenient.
Oh, fucking go do a Kardashian story.
I'd love to. I've got one. You want it?
I do not.
Talking about fraud, Virginia heard us talking about people who are doing the self-checkout and just how much merchandise some of these stores, Florida being one of the biggest because we have so many Walmart stores here and they lead the charge when it comes to self-checkouts. And some interesting perspective on just how that works from an economic level. She had said, hey, I want to chime in to educate the guy who you spoke about on the show yesterday who admits to lying about not receiving and not scanning an item on the self-checkout. My company has sold products to Walmart in the past, and the stealing and dishonesty of receiving the goods from online orders that go in retail terms is called shrinkage. This is when a store has fewer items in stock than its recorded inventory. Shrinkage is a big problem for Walmart and other large retail outlets. But please, do you think that these retail mega giants sit back and eat these costs? No, they do not. Manufacturers of products know that in order to have their products sold in mass market retail stores like Walmart, the manufacturer has to agree to give an additional discount to the retailer to cover the cost of these losses. This is non-negotiable if you want to sell your products to Walmart. So when this guy and other people are stealing for whatever reason, they are not sticking it to Walmart. They're actually sticking it to the manufacturer of the item. And guess what? The manufacturer works this into the cost of the goods, which means that the retail cost goes up on the item. The hardworking good guys who buys the item legitimately is the one who has to pay the cost of the people stealing. I know that times are very hard for people right now, but maybe this bit of knowledge in mind will stop people from stealing purposely at the self-checkout.
That's a fascinating nugget.
Yeah.
My only critique is I think they should make the email a little bit longer next time.
Well, it's a lot of information.
Oh, it didn't have no dinosaur feet in it, so he's mad.
I know.
I can't be. I thought the podcast is when you can be a dick around
That
here.
was a great tip, like how it all works. Behind the scenes, Bird.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
It was a great email. Sometimes it's just fun to be a dick. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't have to tell me anything.
Hey, you love being a dick
I
too.
love being a dick.
I'm
I'm a bigger dick than you.
I really think it's a great email. Sometimes people think I'm being serious. I had someone write me an email back. Hey man, you were a real dick to me on the podcast. I go, I was just kidding. I swear, I'm just fucking around.
And Cesar said, I heard you talking about Walmart self-checkout, and I noticed that you didn't talk about their latest feature. It is the Scan and Go, where you scan your items and the barcode as you shop, and then you bag as you go.
What?
So you take the item right off the shelf, you scan it, and you put it in your bag that you have. And you can bring your own bags or get from an associate that's there. So you'd walk into a Walmart with all your bags, take your stuff off the shelf, scan it, put it in your bag, and you pay with your phone. And then you get an exit pass and receipt. So it comes up as a QR code at the register, and then that's it. So you're not up there scanning multiple items as you're leaving the store. You only scan one thing, and that's your final QR code showing that you've already scanned all these items. And boom, out the door you go. Making it so efficient. It's pretty crazy, right?
It is. It's all changing so quick, Kevin. It's moving fast.
The technology.
Dinosaur bones. Dinosaur tracks.
Yeah. That is some pretty crazy stuff. So very fascinating.
It's funny you bring up dinosaurs a lot today. Someone's trying to get me to buy some dinosaur statues for my backyard.
Yeah.
And they look great.
How tall?
It's a mama dinosaur. And it's pretty big. I would say it's probably in height about 5 feet tall, and then it's pretty darn wide, and then it's got little babies.
Oh.
It would look real cool in the backyard, and it'd be hard to steal. You need about 6 guys to get it.
I love it.
I love it. The dinosaur stuff reminded me of it.
Yeah. No, it's some great stuff. Walmart is a big brand name, and you know where the wall part comes, right?
Walton, the family.
Yeah, Walton. I want to see how you guys do on this. These are popular brands that once had totally different names. Okay, I'll give you multiple choice as well.
Okay.
Okay, so the original name of this brand or company was Backrub. Backrub, Virginia, is the new name that everybody knows of this brand. Pornhub, Tinder, or Google. What do you think? Backrub is the original name. What is it known popularly by now? Pornhub, Tinder, or Google? What is it?
I'm just going to be guessing here, but I'll say Tinder.
You're going to go with Tinder. No. Backrub is the original name of Google.
Really?
Yeah. It was once called Backrub.
Huh.
That's what they had.
I could use a back rub right now.
I could use some Pornhub.
If I pull up Pornhub on my phone, will you give me a back rub?
Something tells me, though, we're going to be doing some different kind of rubbing if I'm watching Pornhub.
Kevin, how weird would it be if you walked in here, he's rubbing my back, and we're both watching Pornhub?
That'd be fucking terrible. First of all,
It'd be odd.
You'd be cheating on your husband. I'm fucking over one of my best friends.
Yeah.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah, I'd probably walk out.
You should walk out. I'm going to follow you.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not finished with this back rub.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
What a weird state for me. Kevin, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Okay, Totem is the original brand name for which company? Is it A, 7-Eleven, Samsonite, or UGG Boots? Totem. Tote''M.
I'm betting all of our faces is UGG boots.
Got to go with UGG Boots.
It's Samsonite.
It is not.
What? We're terrible at this.
I mean, this is multiple choice. I'm terrible at multiple choice. Always have.
Always have been. It's 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Totem?
Totem. It doesn't even make sense. In 1946 is when they rebranded as 7-Eleven to talk about their new extended hours, 7-Eleven, 7 days a week. But Totem, like, what the hell is that?
Your dinosaur-loving boy over here could really fuck up a Slurpee today. I think I'm going to do a little Slurpee date with my dad.
Yeah?
Yeah. We brought it up. You're bringing up a lot of shit that's on my mind.
Can I go? Oh, your dad's going?
Okay, Panda just got in the chat room when you were talking about your fucking back rub and porn, and I just read his comment. He goes, "My timing is impeccable."
Yeah.
And you're talking about banging my dad. Good God.
He's used to it. He knows.
My dad or Panda?
Your dad's definitely not used to it.
Okay, Bourbon. BURBN. The original company name for, is it A, Maker's Mark, B, Instagram, or C, Barstool Sports, Virginia? What do you think, Bourbon? BURBN. Original name for which of
Barstool
those three?
Sports.
Gonna go Barstool Sports? No, Jaybird, you got a guess?
I do.
Yeah.
What other, the middle one? I can't remember
It was
anything.
Maker's Mark and Instagram are the other two.
It's Maker's Mark.
It's Maker's Mark. You guys are great at the process of elimination.
Fucking A.
This is amazing.
We're so wrong.
What the heck, man?
Yeah, Bourbon is the original name of Instagram.
Really?
Yeah. That's BURBN. They had a different plan for it, and then they kind of changed what the app was going to be, and then it basically was just the photos, and so the Instagram is a combination of instant telegram. So, yeah, they kind of changed it up. All right, I'll see if you guys can just get one right. Last one here.
If we get this wrong, if we go 0 for 3 on this same one again, you should shut the podcast down.
Okay, Jaybird,
Send us home.
Let's see if you can get this right. Brad's Drink. It's called Brad's Drink originally. Am I talking about A, White Claw, B, Pepsi, or C, Pepto-Bismol? Brad's Drink. Original name of which of those three? White Claw, Pepsi, or Pepto-Bismol?
I don't think it is at all Pepsi, so that's why I'm going to guess Pepsi. Pepsi.
You don't think it's Pepsi?
I
So you're
don't
going to
think-
guess. So
Yeah.
So the last thing you'd say is Pepsi. So it's going to be the first thing that you're going to say?
I'm just saying the answer. I don't believe the answer is Pepsi.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it is Pepsi, because I've been wrong on everything else.
Yeah.
I'm going to go against my gut.
Yeah.
And say it's Pepsi.
You're right.
Look at this
Wow.
shit. See? Okay.
Wow.
You just figured out multiple choice.
And I think the secret to life.
Just always guess what you think is not right.
Yeah. Everything you think is right is wrong, and everything you think is wrong is right.
Trust in your wrongness.
Yeah.
Y'all,
You're actually backwardsly amazing.
Thank you. That's a very nice thing to say.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, in 1893, Caleb Bradham developed a carbonated soft drink in his drugstore in New Bern, North Carolina, and he simply called it Brad's Drink in honor of his surname, Bradham. 5 years later, he rebranded to Pepsi Cola using the root word of dyspepsia, meaning indigestion, because he thought his drink was a healthy soda that aided in digestion.
I love it.
And then finally dropped the cola part, just went Pepsi. Boom. There you go.
So let me ask y'all this. And I know you're not soda lovers, but are you Team Coke or Team Pepsi? There is a difference, man.
Coke.
Okay.
Pepsi.
Because of your husband.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm loyal.
It's the only contention me and your husband's ever had is the fact that I like Coke better than Pepsi. And maybe now because of your back rub talk. But
You got a new thing?
Yeah, he now hates you.
there's no way. Fucker loves me.
Some people had sent in some emails as well with the story I told at the end of the regular show about the Mexican queen having somebody yesterday try to get her to pull over on I-95 and say, hey, your lights are burnt out. And
Scary.
She's like, wait, what? And she just rolled her window back up and tried to kind of get around the guy, see his license plate, and he just takes off the next exit, gets the hell out of there. It is really kind of crazy because I've seen a couple stories, a lot on the news here lately about carjackings and all that kind of stuff. And,
Yep, it's a thing.
well, they're talking a lot about it in Atlanta, and I knew that was kind of a thing, and I was talking to my son who just recently moved to Nashville from Atlanta, and he said, I like Nashville better. I feel a lot safer. I was like, oh,
Okay.
really? So I don't know what the hell's going on in Atlanta. I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's an old thing, but
Feeling safe is such an important thing because my little sister used to live back in the day in a really horrible part of Lake Worth. It was bad, and she didn't realize it. There were so many sex offenders living on her little area. She had no idea. And someone
on Sex Offender Lane?
it was sex offender lane.
I had no idea.
Yeah, right. It was intense, and her just level of thoughts and quality of life got so much better. Just
Yeah,
because if you're
right.
thinking you're always constantly, getting fucking jacked.
Well, it's just so insane, and a lot of it probably is the media, but at the same time, crime rates are going up in so many cities. And what is going on? It's like you used to feel safe in your car. Now you don't necessarily feel safe in your car. And there's a rapper out of Miami, Zoe Dallas, who is starting a ride-sharing service called Aegis. It's like Uber, but with bulletproof vehicles.
Wow.
He was in Miami leaving a birthday party with Young Thug, and they got sprayed with 75 rounds. That's 75 bullets.
Oh my gosh.
And so he said, you know what? I mean, this is so crazy now in the game. And think of how many rappers have been gunned down in their cars.
You're right.
So he's starting this new service. He's got cars in Miami, LA, New York City, Chicago, Atlanta, and other hot spots. And I was like, it sounds crazy, but you'd have a rich clientele.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea.
I mean, think of all the people that, in that game. I remember Rick Ross. Somebody tried to shoot up his car in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, all the greats. You got Tupac, you got Biggie, you got the Value Meal Killer. The witch shot me right in my nuts.
Yeah.
Next time I'm coming back for that dick.
You hit my dick.
Oh, I did?
I tell you that all the time. You hit my nut and dick on the same shot. And
One paintball?
she gave me a scar. There is. You gave me a little scar down there.
Prove it.
I can prove it. I can totally show you a paintball scar on the bottom of my penis.
Dang.
From fucking work. From radio.
I'm so proud of myself.
That was so painful.
And another mode of transportation in South Florida that can be dangerous if you're outside the train, the Bright Line, for people that are a lot of times intentionally walking onto the tracks or just being a numbskull and trying to drive around the obvious guardrails, buzzers and bells and lights and everything else that tells you, hey, moron, don't try to go across the tracks. We have a high-speed train that's coming through. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago about what about the engineers of the people who operate the train? And you see somebody be like, oh, no, because you can't stop. And you're just like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and watch a human lose their life.
It's traumatizing, I bet.
Got an email from Lisa. She said, I heard the podcast from that one Tuesday where you guys were discussing the Bright Line issues, and I wanted to comment. My husband has been a locomotive engineer for 25 plus years, freight, no passengers. The engineer is the person who actually drives the train. The conductor handles the paperwork, switches out cars, and does car counts. Thank you all so much for acknowledging the train crew when there is a fatality. It is a heartbreaking situation, as you can imagine. There is zero possibility for the crew to stop. They just have to watch the horror play out right in front of them.
Bless their hearts.
It's fucked.
That is terrible.
It has happened many times over the years to other engineers. My husband had thankfully been spared this tragedy until 3 years ago. On this particular night, he and his conductor were going through a remote area about halfway to Tampa. It was pitch black out, and the locomotive was an older one with kind of shitty lights. But even then, my husband thought he saw something, maybe a trash bag on the tracks. There was a train coming from the opposite direction, so they decided to ask that crew to see if they could tell what they hit. Unfortunately, they found out it was a guy committing suicide. The trash bag was a backpack. My husband and his conductor were devastated. The railroad gives you 3 days off when this happens, unpaid.
Unpaid?
Unpaid.
Well, that's horse shit.
Bitch-ass move that is.
Okay, you guys are having some tragedy. Take your mental health days, and we're going to take your money. That ain't cool.
Dude.
He didn't want to know anything about the guy he hit. I am thankful that it wasn't a situation other guys have had when they see the person look up at them.
Oh.
And then they get that image burned right into their brains.
Oh, my
Look,
gosh.
this would really fuck with my head, and the whole thing about not wanting to find out who they were. I get that.
That's smart.
And
Yeah.
I think I would end up trying. I think I would not want to find out who it is, and then I think I would end up looking just because that's how I am, and I think it would really fuck you up, man.
Yeah, no doubt it's going to ride on you. She
But
said,
at least it was a suicide and not an accident, because that would mess you up more. Like if somebody got pushed onto the tracks or something horrible like that. I mean, this was a person choosing to end their life, and it's terrible, yes, but that's their choice. They did that to themselves. It wasn't an accident where an innocent person got killed.
part of what Brightline's doing with the $25 million grant that they just got is they're going to be putting up signs about suicide prevention, that if they do see somebody, it's like, hey, here's a hotline. It's like, hey, hopefully maybe you'll just take a second if you have a phone on you, make a quick call.
Yes.
Before you make this very bad decision. And they're going to start putting up walls and more obstructions with that as well. I mean, if you're going to get in there on that track, you're going to have to really work hard for it.
I I'm a little rattled because I usually expect this shit from Virginia. But holy depressing. Oh my God. What's next? Email about missing children? Oh my gosh. It stays with you. It's so sad.
You said, anyway, thanks again for not blaming the train like so many do.
No.
And on a lighter note, railroaders are a pretty interesting bunch. My husband normally comes home with some pretty crazy stories. If you're interested, I'd be happy to pass the funny ones along. Lisa in Jacksonville. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us.
I bet. That would be one of those. There's just some professions that, have really amazing stories. And I think that would be one.
Panda in the chat room's got the best line. The Afterlife podcast.
Yes. That's it, man. Oh man.
Hey, look, it's not all fun and rainbows out there.
Neither is life.
That's what I'm saying. That crazy world, as we call life, there's some fucked up shit.
Good with the bad.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Got an email about Six Flags Water Park. Anita said, I'm very behind on my shows, but I just heard you guys talking about the Six Flags Water Park in Hollywood. I know that park to be called as Atlantis Water Kingdom. I loved it growing up, even though we were only able to go 2 or 3 times before it closed. I always wondered why it closed, and now I know why. It's nice to have closure for why it shut down. Also, the shopping plaza that they built over it that's in its place is across the street from your old Miami radio station where Dave & Buster's is, and that diner is now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Dave & Buster's. We were getting fired in Miami, I think, once.
We did.
In the beginning, I think there was some fake optimism in the beginning.
It's hard to play laser tag and cry.
It's hard to go to Dave & Buster's and have the video game fun pack when you know you're getting fired.
No fun in my fun pack.
No. Not at all. In that diner, that was the saddest diner on planet Earth. We ate there a lot.
That diner definitely saw my tears.
There's an Eagles song called "The Sad Cafe," and that's what that reminded me of. We would go. It was at a point towards the end when we got fired. We were at that diner 3 times a week. Just I'll take another grilled cheese and malt.
They do serve alcohol there.
They did.
They did.
That was a kick-ass diner, man.
It really was.
That's the kind of diner food I like, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I can't go back in there though. It's got too many ghosts.
Oh, well, I mean, everything's going good now. I mean, shit. They got good food. Why the fuck would you not go there?
I don't know.
All right, let it go. Let it go. We're back, baby.
I never let anything go. I hold on to grudges forever. It's the diner's fault.
Didn't we get fired like 10 years ago?
Yeah, almost. It's been a while.
We're due.
We are due.
It's nothing new. I got an email here saying, hey, just catching up on the show. You guys were talking about Denny's coming up with his own weed strain and everyone would be peaceful from it. I think the perfect name would be Peace Strain.
Oh, Peace Strain.
Because his nickname is Peace Train.
I love that.
And they said, yes, I'm high. And please don't say my name on the radio. My coworkers listen.
Adorable.
Peace Strain. Yeah, I'd seen numbers just this last week about how many people are consuming the marijuana now these days. Numbers are pretty high. In fact, I think it's 10% do it every day.
We've got to team up with somebody and do this. I mean, it's an attainable side hustle, guys.
Peace Strain.
Yeah.
I got ideas too. Look, I got a lot of ideas about this. That would be very good. Me and Denny's together could
Who's gonna do it better? Show me.
Me and him together could turn. We could do a good product. We really could.
I love it.
It's just there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You have to kind of like how people go to school for alcohol. There's a way to become a legit weed person. You know that, right?
Yeah. I assume they have a special school because they do. If you're a brewer or you're making craft cocktails, they will send you to a special school. People who are wine experts have special school.
I know it's shocking, but I do know some people in my circle of friends that love weed a lot. And they love it so much they've looked into it. And it does. There's a whole process. They could explain it better than I could, but it is. There's a whole thing you got to do to make it legit.
What I'm saying we should do is team up with somebody who already is legit, who already has the proper licensing from the state and all that. They've done all that paperwork that we're not good at.
Dennis can do the weed. I can do the edibles.
Totally.
Oh my gosh, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be huge.
I think it would be too, but I'm a believer of the KVJ beer as well. I really think that could be awesome.
They wouldn't give us cans. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Where's your enthusiasm on that KVJ beer? I know at one point it was high. Is it dead? Is it in the middle?
No, I wouldn't say it's dead. I would say it's a little bit tapered for a couple reasons. One, because I don't drink as much craft beer as I did, and I don't know where the numbers are on the industry, but it seems like it's cooled a bit.
Yes.
Every other week, a new brewery is opening up, and I don't remember the last time I really saw a new brewery opening up. There's maybe been just a few. It seems like the rate has lessened
Totally.
a good bit. And the thing that's really springing up, it seems like it's those cocktails in a can. You know, it started off, people were getting on to the White Claws. That was big. And now the High Noons, I see everywhere. And that's a vodka cocktail.
Right.
In a can. So that's pretty hot. And there was a lot to it I was talking about, but I wouldn't say it's dead. I'd love to start doing some of those things.
We just got to put it in a can. Our problem was they were only doing it in kegs. And so we would have to go into bars with these kegs and get the bar to carry the keg and put a tap. And giving a tap up is a big deal.
It is.
We found that out.
We found that out. We learned.
Well, it's competitive too.
Super competitive. But if you put it in cans, not only can you go into the retail spaces, you can go in the bars, retail, and you can do home delivery to people's houses.
Well, what we found with working with Due South, the brewery that was in Boynton Beach, and they've shut down now, and this is pretty much uniform across the industry, is about 80% of the profits are made typically out of their tap room. So in Due South, even if you have the cans out there and you have it in bars and all that stuff, that's just a paltry sum of the money that they make. So that's really where they were making a good portion of their cash. And then the other thing, to your point about getting on a tap, you go into most bars and they're not Yard House that have 120. They have 6. And there's a big fight. And so to get a tap is a big deal. And you got to move a certain amount of beer. And it's got to be like a Budweiser kind of thing, because the bar itself doesn't want to give up a tap if it's a beer and if it sits there too long, it gets nasty.
Right. They expire.
Yeah, it's a complicated business.
We know a lot about the beer business now. I kind of feel like we're smart and stuff.
I know enough now to know I'm not good at it.
And that's wisdom and that's growth.
Yes.
It's okay to say that, too. I mean, you can learn about something and go, you know what? This is too hard.
If it was turnkey and because we have the creative ideas done, if someone knew beer and knew the marketing and all the bullshit that we struggled with, it would be a great thing.
What if we could create a spritzer, a cocktail in a can?
Yeah, there might be something along those lines that might come around in the right opportunity. I think we've got all the other marketing pieces around to do it. It's now just a matter of finding the right beverage. And it does seem like it would be better to do a cocktail in a can now.
Now, yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching a drug deal go down. I'm sorry, a weed deal go down in our chat room.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, bringing the people together.
Anna says, I would love KVJ to try some of my edibles. And I wanted to go, oh, fuck yeah. But then I go, I can't put that in print. A drug deal in the chat room.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
So it screenshots it.
It's KVJ. I think they expect it.
No, I love it. But everybody in the chat room goes, hey, Anna, I would love to try some of your edibles, too.
Anna just sold 15 edibles.
Oh, my gosh. You got a lot of work to do there, Anna.
See, you could be Anna, Jay Bird.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do have good ideas for the flavors of the edibles. And I think it'd be great for Denny's to do the strain with the actual weed. Mm-hmm. You can even do one for Kevin, do one for you. I know you're not big in that world, but you could. The proper character with the exact flavor. Am I trailing off?
You're literally trailing off.
It's so fucking hot in here.
And looking at the peace train out and about, Callie had said, I just want to share some photos of my family who had the chance to meet producer Denny's yesterday.
Aww.
My daughter adores Denny's, so she was very excited. My mother and I have been listening to the KVJ show for over 20 years, especially on Fridays. It's a family event.
Aww.
And there they are at your...
Oh, they saw him at the grocery.
That's great. Yeah, Denny's did a Publix remote.
Okay.
Oh, was that the one in Boca?
It was. We were off that day.
Okay. Lovely.
That's awesome. That looks like a fun little Publix.
I wonder what the prices are in the Boca Publix. I'd love to see a
You better
comparison.
bring 2 wallets.
I got a lot of people yesterday telling me, Bird, you're not going crazy. At least for this, they would go to one Publix and something would be way different of a price than others. And it wasn't that far in distance.
We'd found that out in that conversation that came to the self-checkout that the prices are not going to be the same. So like with anything, in fact, gas is this way. If you're in a richer area, you are going to be paying more in gas. You're going to be paying more at your Publix. That's why Palm Beach County always has the highest gas prices in the state. It's because it's pretty much the richest county that we have in the whole state. So, that's why. And same thing. If you go to the Palm Beach Publix or if you're shopping the one that is, Boca, you're probably going to spend more money, especially if you're East Boca.
And now you know.
Now you know, yeah. One thing that's coming up, you may care about Virginia. The tickets are on sale now for the Palm Beach Food and Wine Festival.
I saw that yesterday. They dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. I love a lot of their events. I was talking last night with the chef from Brick and Barrel, and he was talking about how he's going to be hosting events, and I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm. They've got 9 events in Palm Beach, 6 in West Palm, 6 in Palm Beach Gardens, 2 in Manalapan, and 1 in Lantana. It's not going on until December 8th through the 11th. And the tickets are $95 to $350.
Yeah, they're not cheap. But there are super special experiences you can have where you get up close and personal with some of these famous chefs that you only ever see on TV.
Most dinners are priced at $250.
Is that a appetizer with the main deal?
Yes.
And then you get a little carrot cake?
And you also probably have beverage included in that as well.
Possibly a little hangy? For that kind of money.
And cleanup.
A hand job. Look,
and cleanup. Don't forget cleanup.
Yeah, I agree.
Robert Irvine comes over and strokes your penis.
You buy one without the cleanup. And
yeah, Gordon Ramsay's jerking me off.
That's going to cost you more than $250, kid.
Oh, for Gordon Ramsay to tug me off, it would have to be that's a $1,500 prize piece.
He would scare me. I would not let him.
Yeah.
He would not do it for $1,500. He wouldn't touch your dick for anything less than $20,000.
Yeah, maybe so. You're right. Well,
he's a big dog.
That feels even low.
I guess you're
low
right.
Too. You're right.
Yeah.
Why would Gordon Ramsay ruin his career for only $1,500 or even $20,000? You're right. That's low.
That's like if we started doing meth today, and this is a year down the road.
You're right. $20,000 is super low.
Yeah.
Ramsay's gonna have to get 7 figures.
I don't feel like Virginia's celebrity hand job prices are where they need to be.
It's a great game.
Yeah. If you'd like to get tickets, go to pbfoodwinefest.com.
Emerald. Bam. How much?
That would hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Is Emerald hand job more?
Emerald Lagasse, you're probably going to have to look at like $500,000 for him to touch your dick.
And you're going to have to get salve afterwards because I think he'd rip off the skin.
You think he'd be more...
Bam! Bam! I'll stop!
He's more vigorous than Gordon Ramsay? Gordon Ramsay's going to be verbally abusive.
Yeah,
Emerald will be physically.
He'll shame your penis. Emerald Lagasse will rip the skin right off that motherfucker.
Your dick looks like Buzz Lamb.
Yeah, right. Either way, it's terrible. I don't know who gets a worse hand job. One's going to really make you feel bad about yourself. The other one's just going to physically hurt. Celebrity chefs, I don't want jerking me off. There you go.
I don't think it's a topic anyone's ever covered.
Probably not, no. Yeah, well, welcome, Twitch audience. Thanks for being there. Spread the word. Let everybody know. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.